Physically, Izzy Christiansen, Conor Cody, the pressure is on for these England players to deliver.
It is. It certainly is, John. And what we want to see is an assured performance from England. We want to see some crisp passing out there. We want to see goals, and we want to see dominance to take us into the knockout stages with clarity and confidence.
So we'll keep you across what's happening in the other match, Denmark and Serbia, both kicking off simultaneously. But in this group, this last match night in Group C, if England win, they will finish top. But if Denmark win, they'll go through. If Slovenia win, they'll go through. And if Serbia win, they'll go through. So there is lots to play for. The whistle goes from Clement Turpin, and this time it's Phil Foden who kicks off for England. Bukayo Saka has taken the spot kick for the centre circle kick for the first two matches, but Foden starts for England here, and England go back into their own half to Gay. First impressions are going to be important for England. The way that they start in the opening 5 minutes, the opening 10 minutes, that's what everyone's going to look for tonight. They need a confidence builder here in Cologne, where the sun's still shining, blue sky above, and down there on the pitch, which is a good deal better than the pitch in Frankfurt. Of course it is. Trippier to Bellingham at close quarters, and then Bellingham taking it back into his own half to give Jordan Pickford his first touch. There was a bit of feeling behind that as he passed it out to John Stones. It comes back from Stones to Pickford, and now Mark Gay begins to travel forwards. Declan Rice was dropped all the way back there. Conor Gallagher has taken up a rather advanced position in midfield actually. Right now as I speak, it is Rice in the middle with Gallagher forward to his right and Bellingham forward to his left. Comes back to Rice, and England are forced back towards the edge of their penalty area. Gay turns towards the flank, left-footed towards the halfway line, but it comes off a Slovenian head, and they will give a first touch at the other end to Jan Oblak, is he? Oh, that's a short pass out from the back from Oblak, and Foden was very nearly onto that, but they were able to recover. Karničnik was able to get there, but England now are able to snatch back position. Here's Rice on the left-hand side. Rice drags it back. Trippier now with his right foot plays it down the line to Foden. Foden under this, drags it back, but as the challenge came in, he was trying to win the free kick off Trukušić. He actually deflected it behind. He tried to win the free kick, but he wasn't successful. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, it's more positive from England. Phil Foden getting in down that left-hand side. I think it was Rice that just fed the ball into the channel. Foden's is really tightly marked, and you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to chop the ball back onto his right foot, but concedes the goal kick.
England 0, Slovenia 0 if you've just switched on. And now a chance, the first chance of the match for Slovenia, as Stojanovic is able to break through to the edge of the penalty area. Seemed to take a deflection, but the referee says very calmly it's a goal kick to England, who take a quick goal kick. And now Trippier, halfway inside his own half, Kieran Trippier will actually just pass it back to Pickford, who was looking the other way there. And in fact, the referee has told them they need to go back and take the goal kick again. So Pickford will do that. Pickford defending the goal to our right, where there is a raucous noise now coming out of the Slovenian supporters. Pickford, long and left-footed. Kane had a look as Biol came in with the challenge, but the left-sided central defender was able to head it out on the far side. Walker takes the throw back to John Stones. Crossfield pass from him, right-footed to Kieran Trippier. Now all the way to the left-hand side to Phil Foden. There's quite a lot of talk about whether the Premier League Player of the Season would keep his place in this team, but Gareth Southgate making just the one change, as Bellingham has given it away on the halfway line. And so Sporra will take it on, and he's fouled by Gallagher. Gallagher, incidentally, is on a yellow card. He's the only England player who's received a booking at Euro 2024 so far. They take the free kick quickly. Slovenia, we've had the 2-1-1 draws. Remember the first match when Christian Eriksen gave Denmark an early lead, and then the most recent match when Serbia scored deep into added time to make it 1-1. Here's Karničnik carrying the ball forward, giving it centrally to Elshnik, now out to the left-hand side. Maka is out there. Here's the cross, which is deflected to the back post, nodded back across the England area. Šeško with a header, but he didn't get any power on that, and Pickford was able to move quickly to his right and just gather it into his stomach.
Yeah, it's come from a loose pass from Jude Bellingham about a minute ago, and it's just given Slovenia a bit of impetus. and it's that man Shesko inside the box who is a real threat inside that area. Just a free header, wasn't it, Connor?
Yeah, it was. It was great play from Carney. Sneaked down the right hand side, right across the pitch to the opposite side. Across, England just got to be a little bit careful.
Given away by Gay, now played forward to Sheshko, but in came Declan Rice with a covering challenge to take it away. Careless again from England. That was a misplaced pass from Gay, and I think the ball has just gone out of play on the far side. It did, so it's a throw in to England.
It's been a bit sloppy from England, to be honest. You know, these opening exchanges, they look a little bit nervous out there. They've just been a couple of loose passes.
You know, mistakes like that. This Slovenian side has enough talent in it to take advantage. And Sheshko's yet to score. I think he's done everything but, hasn't he? He's hit the woodwork. He's had chances fly wide and high. Throw-in taken by Walker, and Kane rather awkwardly can't take it down. It's at a difficult height for him. So Janja from left back. Slovenia go back into central defence to Drakušić. Tall and shaven-headed. Long pass forward from him. Walker is there to head it back to Pickford, who's able to gather it and overarm it out. 0-0, 5 minutes played. Still 0-0 in the Denmark-Serbia game, the other match in the group. So it's as you were, as Trippier plays a right-footed ball forward for Bellingham to chase down the left wing, and Drakušić comes across him and heads it out of play for an England throw.
It's a good forward run from Bellingham. We've needed him to do that when Harry Kane drops deep, to run the channels, squeeze England up the park, but England really need to get some passes together now, get the grip of the game.
England go back to the halfway line again, into the centre circle. Really is a sweltering night here. The hottest night that we've experienced so far in Cologne. Bellingham back towards the halfway line. Declan Rice was scoffing, wasn't it, yesterday at the thought that fitness was a problem for the England teams. Almost laughed off the questions. Here's Gay, Trippier, 10 yards inside his own half, and then Pickford comes out of his penalty area, whirling his arms. It is Stones in possession though. Stones passing it square to Gay again, and then Gay forward to the left hand side to Foden. Foden's got Trippier down the line, but Foden comes in field, goes back to the halfway line to Rice, and then Rice uses John Stones again. Bukayo Saka, not sure I've mentioned his name yet. There he is though, in possession on the far side. Quick ball back to Stones. Again it goes square along the halfway line. Harry Kane's made himself available. Harry Kane so far at the Euros, just 2 touches in the opposition penalty area. Kane, long diagonal ball forward, looking for Saka. Gallagher's over there, but Slovenia are back in possession, and then Saka charges down the clearance, which is out for Slovenian ball.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear, Connor, what you think, but Slovenia are just being quite passive, aren't they? They're setting traps, they're not jumping and pressing, they're staying tight, structured.
Yeah, they are, is he? And do you know what? The shape's really good. Doing a 4-4-2, they're defending in a mid-block, low block. They're in a situation where they're in contact with each other, and actually defending really well. But England are pushing on with that 5 going forward, with Jude Bellingham pushing onto the last line as well. So hopefully they can just sustain a bit of pressure there.
So England will be going through tonight, whatever happens here, even if it's only in the 3rd place slot in the group. England's position in the round of 16 is secure. It's a question of which place they will finish in, 1st, 2nd or 3rd in the group. Right now, with the scorelines as they are, England would be going through to play one of the 3rd place sides, which would probably be the Netherlands, but that would have to be confirmed with the later matches in the other groups. Here's Trippier on the halfway line, gives it to Bellingham. Rice comes 10 yards away, still inside Slovenian territory, wins away from Šeško. Bellingham makes the run. Declan Rice now to Kane. Kane turns his man on the edge of the box, tries to work it through, but Drakušić just got enough on that, and Slovenia are able to clear. Gay back to Trippier. Trippier is going to go back into his own half, and that's what England are up against tonight. They're a rugged pair, aren't they? Drakušić and Bijol.
They're a problem. They've got some real quality in there. Good at defending, they're aggressive. You can just see here Bellingham just dropping outside the structure of Slovenia just to try and get touches on the ball. He's out in this left position where it's meant to be more central, but that's where he's been given licence to go and receive the ball.
Phil Foden takes it in field. Foden, who did hit the post against Denmark, a couple of promising runs as well. But England, with John Stones winning his 75th cap tonight. John Stones. Gay to Bellingham. This is more central. Foden back to Bellingham. Couldn't take it in his stride. Foden's in with a challenge. But again, it's Slovenia who break away. And the ball slipped forward by Stojanovic. Now Karničnik, the right back. But England, Bellingham recovers well. And then Kane goes for the early pass to Foden. Foden into the penalty area on the left. Left-footed cross, but Saka slips over at the crucial moment. It was slightly behind him. And in actual fact, the offside flag is up in any case for the forward pass from Kane to Foden.
Yeah, it's just purely instinctive from Harry Kane. He's done the tracking back, he's done the dirty work for the team. He's picked up the ball and he's gone in behind to Foden, who'd made the run, and Foden just doesn't quite time it. Unfortunately, Saka slipped at the back stick, but he was offside anyway.
Yeah, we've got Izzy Christensen and Conor Cody, England internationals, both up here with us in the 5 Live commentary position. Conor, we've played 10 minutes now. You know, we're all keen to see what England would do, how they would look. What do you think?
I think they've started fine. I think they've controlled the game. We've just got to be careful just losing the ball. There's been a little bit of anxiety when the ball gets into... Here we go.
Stojanovic down the right hand side takes on Trippier. Stojanovic is able to turn, keep possession for Slovenia, and then Shireen goes back into his own half to the number 21, Trukušić. Now again they've got Stojanovic and Karničnik together on the right hand side, and Stojanovic takes it up to the edge of the penalty area. Šporas pulled away. Šporas ball into the box. It slipped away from Rice, but Gallagher was there covering behind him, and Gallagher, left-footed, was able to clear it. In the 2 matches so far, England have taken the lead in both matches, so yet to be behind at this tournament. And Slovenia, even though they are technically the outsiders in this group in terms of their world ranking, I think it is a misleading world ranking, 57 in the world. And as we keep saying, it was only a couple of weeks ago that England lost to the team ranked 72 in the world. Gay with the ball, halfway inside his own half. Trippier calls for it. Trippier gets it. There's a little bit of a concern about Trippier's fitness in advance of this, but Gareth Southgate said he's absolutely fine. So Trippier gives it to Foden, then back to Trippier again, who looks up, just rolls it to the feet of Gay. The ball has spent a lot of time in this match so far with the England central defenders. Whistles from the Slovenian supporters. Gay now through the middle to Harry Kane. Once again in a deep lying position. Kane gives it to Gallagher. Gallagher eventually gets there with the pass to Walker. Then back to Conor Gallagher again. John Stones calls for it. Stones begins to have a wander forward, just forward of the centre circle he is. Šeško though forces him to pass the ball to Trippier. Now here's Bellingham again appearing on the left hand side. This performance, England lots of possession, but there is not the zip there yet that I think they and the England supporters would want to see. Gay now across towards Stones, and then Kyle Walker again just takes the ball back towards the halfway line, and then Declan Rice. And this is very safety first football from England, trying to find the opportunity. Foden now moving in field. Rice, he looks up but goes square. Walker, Stones thought about the long pass. Then it's Gay again. I mean, talk about patient. This is extremely patient.
Do you know what they're waiting for? They're waiting for a Slovenian player to jump out of the structure, but they are being so disciplined. England are just waiting and waiting and waiting, and you can see they're getting increasingly frustrated. Harry Kane's dropping deep. Conor Gallagher's tight in next to Declan Rice.
So therefore the same pattern continues. England 0, Slovenia 0. England, who after the disappointment of the second match against USA in Qatar, bounced back with a very good 3-0 win against Wales. That was a very powerful challenge there by Big Biol to take the ball, put the tackle in on Conor Gallagher, throw into England. Stones, long right-footed pass, that's over the head of Trippier and out of play. You can hear the reaction there from the England supporters, cheers from the Slovenians. Conor?
Yeah, John, the word you used before, Zip, I think we need to move the ball quicker. I think there needs to be a little bit of pressure on the ball when you're zipping it in. Put it with a little bit of a punch on it, just to move them a little bit more. They're comfortable in the shape, Slovenia. They're actually doing it really well. They're shuffling across the pitch really well. We're getting movement quite nicely, but just that little punch on the ball, I think we need to get it a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the talk yesterday, Declan Rice said to me, we want to dominate teams. But at the moment, it's the gentlest of starts. 0-0 in both matches tonight. So it's as you were, England would be going through as group winners. Stones. Šeško with the press on him. Back to Pickford. Pickford left-footed to Trippier. Down there, all in black. Maciej Kek The Slovenian coach, very experienced in his second spell as the coach of the Slovenian team. It was him who was in charge back in South Africa. Oh, John Stones, that's a poor touch from him as the ball is played across to him. Miscontrolled and it's out of play, and I'm afraid that doesn't help the collective.
Strange, because we're not in Frankfurt now where the pitch was chopping up. The pitch looks okay out there, but John Stones had a little look to the floor. Maybe there is a little divot out there, but the ball's just gone under his foot. That's so uncharacteristic of John Stones.
Yeah, it was, and that will give confidence to Slovenia. Šeško now to the left-hand side where Mlaka wins the throw-in down the left flank. Šeško, tall. He's got that blonde hair, that bleached blonde hair, and he's putting himself in a position at the near post. Šeško signed a contract to stay at Leipzig despite the interest from Arsenal. Throw-in is taken short by Slovenia out towards the left-hand side. Back it goes. Here's the cross into the 6-yard box. Over everyone. Pickford came, but no one could get a touch, and it's all the way through for a goal kick. And it is still 0-0 with 15 minutes played.
Yeah, it's good marking at the back post from Trippier. He just gets in there before Shapora. He just gets his body in the way and just guides it away, and Pickford comes out. I think England have got full control of that situation, but it might be better to ask an England centre-back.
I was going to say, is he Trippier's the best at that? He's the best at, honestly. His dark art with defending, the way he can get his body in and just usher the ball out of play, he's the best at doing it. It was a fantastic bit of defending.
Yes, that Diego Simeone taught him a thing or two when he was at Real Madrid. Trippier now to Bellingham, and Bellingham attacks, runs with the ball at the Slovenians. Now Gallagher with a little touch. Saka could be onto this in the penalty area. Here he is! Right-footed cross, though, that's over. Everyone thought and anticipated, though, that it was going to bounce out into the right-back area. And for the first time in the match, Trippier, that was a poor challenge. But the referees waved the advantage. Špora takes it on for Slovenia down the right-hand side. I think there might be a yellow card coming for Kieran Trippier after that challenge, but still the Slovenia attack continues. Špora looks to cross it, then it's blocked out of play by Gallagher. And yeah, Clement Turpin points at Kieran Trippier, and it's a yellow card for the England left-back.
Yeah, it was really late from Kieran Trippier. He's just trying to cut off that Slovenian counter-attack at source. But they do really well to progress the ball down this right-hand side. And they look like they're growing in confidence, Slovenia. Like moving the ball about 1-2 touch, and they got themselves in a really good position here with an attacking, I think it's a throw-in on this right-hand side. Or is it a free kick?
I think it is a free kick. Might be worth pointing out that there is a possibility that the places could be decided on the disciplinary ranking between the sides in this group. And Denmark before tonight had 3 yellow cards, and England now have 2. Free kick to Slovenia on the right-hand side. This is going to be taken by Janja, I think. There are 2 of them there, Janja and Charin, but I think it looks like the in-swinger from the left-footed Janja. England got to face this set piece. 0-0 if you've just joined us on 5 Live here in Cologne. Janja waits. Referee just eventually does blow his whistle. It is Janja, left-footed towards the back post, and it's over everyone and all the way through beyond the far post on the bounce for a goal kick.
Oh, it's a wonderful delivery from Janja, the left-back. He's just stepped onto the ball. He's hit it really cleanly. England got lucky.
So it is a goal kick. Goal kick. Gay, left-footed, plays it out towards Foden. A flick with Foden, and then Drakušić is able to play it back. However, so far, the most positive thing England have done was that run from Jude Bellingham. That was the first moment really where the crowd, the England supporters, got up as he ran at the Slovenians, and it did result in a quarter chance. It is Elshnik for Slovenia. They've played it up to Špora, who's going to shoot from outside the penalty area. Took a deflection, so Pickford, scrambling wide of his goal, was able to get down and hold it.
Gay's gone in really well there with Špora. He's recognised that he's just dropped deep. He's tried to get the shot away. It was definitely not enough on it, but it was good by Gay again just to get tight pressure on him.
England 0, Slovenia 0. Let's see how things have started between Denmark and Serbia. Maz Faruqi.
Decent start. Denmark targeting Højlund with their balls forward. Serbia employing the same tactic with Mitrovic. One of Serbia's defenders has already picked up a yellow card as well. Just 4 minutes in, Milenkovic and Bar is just headed wide for Denmark. Remember, a draw could be enough for them. It is still 0-0 at the moment.
Yeah, it's as you were in the group. Here's Saka playing it into Bellingham, just outside the D with his back to goal. Rice square. Now Trippier to Foden. For once, Slovenia are being pinned back into their own penalty area. There's a bit more zip about this. Foden, little touch towards the corner flag, then back to Trippier on the left. Trippier then picks out Rice. Rice back to Foden in the box. Foden across. Saka! Offside flag. Puts it in the net with his right foot. It did look it, I must say. One or two water bottles are thrown down. The goal will be checked, but I think it was offside. What do you two think, the professionals?
Yeah, we're just looking now. It does look like Phil Foden's on the back shoulder, and he's offside. But tell you what, that's come from Declan Rice, and Connor was asking for zip and clarity on the passing out there, and that is a brilliant example. So unfortunate.
That's more like it.
That's when you move the ball fast. I think against a 4-4-2, a low block, a team who are together and in contact with each other, you move the ball fast, John, and it moves them. It really does. And this England team is capable of punching and passing in. That's one thing they're good at. When you train with them and you play with them, it's like pinball at times, and I think they need to get to them levels.
20 minutes played. England 0, Slovenia 0. Euro 2024 on the BBC, here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And 0-0 after the confirmation from VAR. Bellingham dived in rather there, and I think it was just as well he didn't get a touch on Chirine. Dived in with both feet on the ground, and then forward from Diol. Suddenly the intensity is much greater from England, although that's given us a foul against Walker in the centre circle. They just seem to have upped it to my eye.
Yeah, that's just seemed to have given England a little bit of a boost.
Ball played forward by Slovenia, but there's no way that Malacca will catch that. It's through for goal kick.
Yeah, there's much more energy about. We've not even mentioned Kyle Walker then, and he was the one that came in there and conceded the foul, but he went in with real intent into Malacca, the winger that he's up against. When he came inside, he just went tight. He ended up giving a free kick away, but that's more like it from England. Don't mind that at all.
Goal kick then. Pickford is going to take this. He's like a beacon down there, all in orange, almost matching the orangey sunset that we've got here tonight across the city of Cologne. Pickford, left-footed, high and long. Kane comes, tries to flick it on, but that's won well by Diol. Walker's able to get his foot on the ball after it was headed forward to him. Kyle Walker, the vice-captain, winning his 86th cap tonight. Saka tries to get away down the left. He was pulled back there, and it is a yellow card to England. Take a quick free kick, which they wanted to do, but the referee says that he had not given England permission to take it. But that was blatant, the pullback by the left back Janja on Saka, and so Saka has now got a left back on a yellow card.
Yeah, it's brilliant play from Saka, more like it from him. He's from the Premier League, he's one of the best at receiving the ball in tight spaces and getting out of trouble. And his first touch just takes him away, sucks in the foul, and you can feel the momentum shifting again in England's favour. There's a bit more bite about them now. And
if Slovenia are able to get through, Janja will be suspended for their match in the round of 16. But no goals yet on this final night in Group C. So England would be going through as group winners to play one of the third place teams. Walker forward, but Gallagher was never going to reach that. It's played forward again. Spora, once on loan at Middlesbrough. Andrej Spora challenging for it. Walker then wins himself a throw-in on the halfway line. If you're out of work late and you haven't heard, in the earlier matches, our earlier commentaries, it finished Austria 3, Netherlands 2, France 1, Poland 1, so Austria won that group. And Austria, both teams going through there will play one of the runners-up. Austria will play the runners-up in the Portugal group, and France the runners-up in the Belgium group. They'll all be decided in the coming days. England 0, Slovenia 0, with Gay just turning it back to Bellingham, who's again over towards the left-hand side. Can clearly from our position here see the fashionable holes in the back of his sock. Walker misses the pass. Nevertheless, it reaches Saka on the far side, then in field towards Foden. Foden, pass to Trippier. Bellingham's there, just to his left, still on the left flank. Bellingham's ball across, took a deflection, was cleared away on the edge of the box. as Mark Gay will go back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the way that England are setting up and the way that they're moving out of in possession to try and get the likes of Bellingham and Foden on the ball, and they're playing some really strange passing choices. And it's easy for us to sit up here and say that, but playing some silly passes.
Foden through the middle but doesn't reach Bellingham, and so Drakušić has got it in front of his own box. England with Foden and Trippier, but it's played, and in fact cheers from the Slovenian supporters as they tried to play through the England press, but England are back in position with Saka on the far side, who goes down under the challenge of Janja, who's got to be careful there against Saka. It's played forward and then blasted by stones into the shins of Šeško, and now they play on the far side. He's taking a risk there.
I was going to say, John, I'd keep on giving the ball to Bukayo Saka. I really would. He can get at people, and it's game management. It's understanding what the opposition are doing, and is anybody on a yellow card? And a fullback on a yellow card is really dangerous when you've got someone running at you like Bukayo Saka. I'd keep on feeding him and feeding him and feeding him and try and get at him, and let's see what he does with it.
25 minutes played now as Kieran Trippier passes the ball over the halfway line to Phil Foden. Back to Trippier. Kane again has dropped deep. He's now inside his own half, the England captain, as he just taps it back to Gay, and then Kane bringing it forward. It's blocked out of play by Chirine for a throw into England just in front of the dugout. No sign of Gareth Southgate down there, sitting alongside Steve Holland out of our sight. Under the top of the England dugout, which looks to me as though it's got the flag of Japan on the top of it. As Stones plays it to the right hand side to Walker. Now to Saka. Saka who just wriggles away from Janja again. Conor Gallagher's made himself available on the right, but the cover was there from Elshnik. And then eventually Gallagher with Mlaka, and it is given as a free kick against the Slovenian midfielder. So a free kick won by Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, that's what Conor Gallagher's all about. He picks up the loose balls. He's happy to take hits and just relieve a bit of pressure. And Slovenia have shown some really nice little bits of link-up play, playing this 4-4-2 system really nicely.
Still 0-0. Foden now moving in field again. It's opening up for him to the edge of the area. Plays it to Kane, but Kane was just on his heels there on the edge of the box as Foden flicked it forward, and it just ran away from him behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, the Foden just getting on the ball, turning. He's lethal when he starts dribbling with it. He sucks the defender out. He tries to slide Harry Kane in, but it's just a fraction too late from the England captain.
So a goal kick to Slovenia under the path of Walker. Now Bukayo Saka. Saka back to Walker, and then across it comes again. Phil Foden, when he's received the ball, he's very often looked to come in field, and here he is now. Foden, then back to Trippier, and England back into their own half where Mark Gay will go back to Pickford. For Foden, the statistics don't look good. 1 goal and no assists in his last 15 England appearances, but he's always available. He's in the game. Stones with it at the moment, plays it to his left to Gay. The England fans urging their team forward. Mark Gay is actually going to bring it forward. Here's Declan Rice in that central position. Kane available, but it goes square to Walker, who's come well in field. Gallagher makes a run to the right hand side. Saka is there again. Saka's ball, that's more positive, to Kane inside the box, tried to flick it, got it all wrong. Bellingham wins it back on the edge of the area. Bellingham on his left foot, in comes the challenge on him, back to Rice. Rice slides in, Bellingham slides in, England keep possession. Trippier, Foden, in come the challengers. England still in possession. The England supporters like this. There's a bit of the traditional English style of football on that last period of attack as Trippier wins a throw-in off Karničnik on the left-hand side.
Some proper hard tackling in there by Declan Rice, and then the tackle on Bellingham was hard but fair. But the England fans, as you say, John, responding to that. They're loving it, the intensity.
Yes.
Really lifted it.
I can imagine them in the stands. The phrases like, that's more like it. But Karničnik is running it away, and England might be a little stretched here. Šeško's available, the ball is played forward for him to chase, but Pickford will get there comfortably and easily first, and naturally is able to pick it up and then underarm it out to Gallagher. He's got space in front of him. You can hear the England supporters saying, come on, get get it forward, which is what they're doing. Trippier, now Foden, he's got two Slovenians in front of him, goes back to Bellingham, Trippier, then Bellingham again, a flick from the right foot of Champions League winner Jude Bellingham, back to Champions League winner Kyle Walker, and then through the middle to Declan Rice. He's got space in front of him to the edge of the box. Kane takes a touch, shoots on the turn, and then goes down a little awkwardly as it's blocked away out towards the left hand side. Trippier keeps it in play. Foden now. Foden, that's a good looking ball right across the penalty area, and it's kneed behind at the back post by Janja for a first corner of the match to England.
You can feel the energy transmitting to the fans now from England. They've really turned up the volume. The passing's got crisper. Declan Rice there couldn't believe the amount of space that he found himself in on the half turn. And it found Harry Kane. And England have got that corner off that cross from Foden.
Yes, after what you have to say has been a tentative start from England. I think the tempo, the intensity is increasing, and it is getting marginally better. Corner from the right hand side that Trippier waits to take. The referee blows his whistle, standing just inside the box. Trippier just steps away to the right, and here we are, right footed towards the back post. Kane with a header, didn't get a clean contact on that, headed away into the full back position, and then Rice challenges for it, bounces down, Rice battling for it. Referee says, yep, that's okay, back to Kane. Kane shoots for goal, but Oblak is able to catch the ball in front of his eyes, just slightly actually to the left of his head. And that's England's first attempt on goal.
Yeah, and it was the right decision from Harry Kane. He's so lethal on his right foot. Kane from Declan Rice picking up the second phase off the corner. He's mopping up at the back, keeping the attack alive. And that's what the England fans want to see.
Getting better, Connor?
Yeah, a little bit of bite about England. I think the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, I think we've sustained attacks better. They've had that one little counter-attack that Pickford come out and collected, but we're just sustaining attacks better. A little bit more bite, a little bit more zip. Obviously the shot from Kane, but just building a little bit of momentum. It's better from England.
England 0, Slovenia 0, still Denmark 0, Serbia 0 on this Tuesday night. And the pass that was a little short, Foden was almost onto that. In fact, England have won it back, but Callagher's headed it away to Spora, 30 yards out, takes it on, left foot shot, deflected across the box, but took it away from Šeško inside the penalty area, and Pickford was able to collect it under no pressure. So still 0-0. They've got a threat though, Slovenia, no question.
They're just biding their time, Slovenia. The two forwards are working really nicely. Antagonistically, I think is the word, together. One's dropping deep, one's going in, and they're just waiting for England to make a mistake, and they're pouncing on it, and they look a threat.
Spora, the number 9, who, as I say, had a spell on loan at Middlesbrough, but is now at Panathinaikos, and Šeško, who finished the season with Leipzig so well, scored in his last 7 Premier League Bundesliga matches of the season. England have taken a while to create a chance, but Harry Kane with that shot from the edge of the penalty area there first, which was easily dealt with by the excellent Oblak. Now Gay, England look for Bellingham on the left again. Back it goes to Trippier, and then forward to Kane, and then again back towards the halfway line. I must say this does bring it back to the last Euros, the third group match that England had there against the Czech Republic, which, if you remember, was a bit of a tense 1-0 win, but England with that won the group and then proceeded to reach the final. So the runners-up the last time the Euros were played, in possession inside the central third with Gay, and Gay looking for options. A little slip by Foden as he comes for it. Gay through the middle to Rice, then Foden, Trippier expected to go forward down the left, but comes with the ball in field to Foden with a 1-2 with Bellingham. Now Trippier on his right foot, then Rice has found space again, 25 yards out. Rice then runs into trouble on the edge of the box, does well actually to get a touch to it as he fell. Trippier plays it forward to Foden, he's got space, looks up, left-footed ball to the edge of the box. Walker is there, but Walker lays it off over to the far side. Saka has to scamper out of the penalty area, and then Saka to Gallagher. Saka takes it on, he's fouled as Biol dives in on him, concedes the free kick to England, probably 25 yards out given the angle towards the right.
Yeah, Saka's just coming inside on that favoured left foot, really clever with the way he uses his body, just sucks and draws the foul, and England have got an interesting position here. Looks like Foden's going to go over and take it. A favoured left footer position.
Strange, isn't it? It does feel to me that there is an air of tension about this England performance, even though they've already secured their place in the last 16. You know, the players know, it feels like they know that they have to deliver. But this is a set-piece opportunity that they have here now. Foden has gone over there, Trippier as well. Probably too far out to have a go, but Trippier just placing the ball. Foden, two of them in conversation together. Still in discussions. Looks as though it's going to be delivered in by Foden. Here he comes, Phil Foden strikes it goalwards, and Oblak is able to move across quickly enough to his left and just pat it down.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad effort from Phil Foden. I mean, I think the position of the free kick favoured a cross rather than a shot. Nonetheless, he catches it really well, but Oblak was equal to it. Just watching Kieran Trippier off the transition there, really sharp on it, getting the team organised. That's what England need.
Oblak launches one downfield, headed away by Gay. Comes to Stojanovic on the right-hand side. Stojanovic just slips the ball down the line to Špora, and then Gay in with a challenge to win a throw-in for Slovenia. 10 yards away from the corner flag. Slovenia take the throw-in quickly. A flick infield by Turin. Now here is the hulking figure of Biol, the number 6, who receives it back on the halfway line. Slovenia never beaten England in the 6 previous meetings, one of which was in Port Elizabeth at the World Cup in South Africa, where England went on after that, if you remember, to the match against Germany, as Gallagher is challenged, and Slovenia did not take advantage of that. There was a mix-up there between Šeško and Mlaka, but it is Slovenia who come forward again with the ball from Elshnik, and now Šeško looking to find a position 25 yards out, rolls it to Stojanovic on the right hand side. Stojanovic with Karničnik past Trippier. Karničnik's ball to the near post is blocked. Gay was there, Špora as well, and it bounced back to Trippier to clear. Ball back to the edge of the England penalty area, and then Trippier has given it away. Stojanovic approaches the area. There are white shirts there. He's forced a little wide. He uses Karničnik, who gives him it back. Stojanovic, right corner of the box, and this time it's England who are having to defend here as the Slovenian confidence grows. Karničnik, still 0-0 in both of these matches tonight, so England going through as group winners with this scoreline. But again, it's less than wholly convincing, this England performance. Here's Elshnik. Elshnik moves forward. Saka forces him to turn it back to Drakušić on the halfway line. Then Karničnik again. Karničnik. Elshnik. Little pass forward from him. Then it comes back to him. Bellingham tries to get there. Body language not great from Bellingham as he doesn't get there. Looks to the heavens.
Yeah, I was seeing how the Slovenian strikers are working together. It's not the same to be said for Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham at the moment. They're being popped around, and you can tell they're getting frustrated, understandably.
Yeah, Elshnik now down into the full-back position. Stojanovic. This is good from Slovenia. I think they sense that there is this vulnerability about England. Špora, back to Karničnik. Now it's taken up centrally by Čerin. The Slovenian supporters roaring on their team. Stojanovic's ball, Čerin with a cross, high towards the back post. It's very congested there. Saka leans into his opponent, who goes down. Mlaka went down far too easily. The Slovenians are appealing for a penalty. I think they'll be very fortunate. And then Harry Kane is fouled from behind by Biol, which is far from his first foul. And the England captain has stayed down.
Yeah, there's two bits in there to dissect. One, the defensive responsibility from Bukayo Saka. We're just watching a replay. No, he's gone down far too easily from Janza. It's not a foul. Saka's done really well. And then that one on Harry Kane, by the way, I think that's a yellow card from Biol, the centre-back, who's gone right in with him, gone through the back of him.
Me too. And Harry Kane is on his feet now, and Harry Kane trotting towards referee Turpan, and I think he's making the same point as the captain. What about a booking for Biol for that? Gay hits this long pass downfield. I'm not sure Bellingham will get there. No, he doesn't. And Bellingham drops down and slides through, actually on his knees, but then stands and applauds back towards the England players on the halfway line for the intent. Connor, if you'd put in that challenge that Biol had on Harry Kane,
I'd have been booked.
Yes.
100% I'd have been booked. It was a book here. I think it was the second one he got away with on the edge of the box as well when Phil Foden had his free kick. I just think when we're in our final third a little bit, John, we seem a little bit passive, don't we? We seem a little bit passive. We get into the byline a little bit too easy in that little pattern of play there. We rescued it, but can we be a little bit more aggressive? Can we make contact on the player or the man?
Yeah, as Trippier heads it back to Pickford. And the shout for the penalty from Slovenia. I mean, Saka had his arms around Janja, but I think released his hands at the crucial moment.
Oh, it's a great bit of defending. It's exactly what you want from your winger, coming back in, helping your back four. Kyle Walker to give him a big pat on the back there and said, well done, well done, Bukayo, brilliant defending, mate.
So England play it forward. Half-time approaching. 0-0 in both matches this final night in Group C. 5 live from the BBC. Floodlights just beginning to take greater effect down there on the pitch surface. Foden. Then Stones from his Manchester City teammate. Flick from Trippier. Bellingham's able to get the ball down on ground level and then takes on the two Slovenians. Plays it back to Trippier. Trippier on his right foot. Here's the ball in from Trippier to the back post, and it just evades both Gallagher and the sliding Kane and skips away beyond the far post for a goal kick.
It's taken 40 minutes for us down this left-hand side to find Kieran Trippier in his strongest position, cutting onto his right, and he whips the most delightful ball into the back stick area, and Harry Kane must have been inches away from that. He was. We're watching the replay there, but that ball in from Trippier, exceptional.
Connor.
It's an outstanding ball, John, outstanding. Kieran Trippier's got that in his locker, by the way. We see it every single week at Newcastle from the right-hand side. He just put it onto his right foot and whipped a lovely ball in. All it needed was a little touch and it'll go into the bottom corner.
But it remains 0-0, and Mark Gay gets very tight on Sporar down on the halfway line, way down below us. Have to lean over the front of the desk to see him. Sheshko, and then Karnichnik with the ball into the edge of the area. Walker's got to be careful quickly. Plays it back to Pickford. He was under pressure there, Walker, on the edge of the area. It was a sure touch. He got that just about right.
Yeah, he did. And I'm just watching Pickford and Walker. Walker's just clapped Pickford because Walker deals with it really well. He fizzes a pass into Pickford and he has to deal with it first time, otherwise he's under pressure. But they ended up dealing with it really well, England.
Well, it's been an ultra low scoring group, this one. 1-1, 1-1, 1-0 and 1-1. And this last night of the group has them both at 0-0. Here is Jude Bellingham. Bellingham to Foden. Now back to Gay. And England again. Conor Gallagher makes himself available, but instead it goes to Rice, Declan Rice. Again, the England supporters, you can hear them from the stands. There are so many of them, almost 20,000 of them in this stadium. Whenever England are in a position where they could drive forward, there is that encouragement from the stands, and here it comes again. Rice though has to go back to the halfway line to John Stones. And then Harry Kane once more drops deep. Stones to Kane, who turns now 30 yards out. Kane's going to try a shot, which is deflected up and wide, loops away. It's a corner for England.
Don't mind that. The obvious pass for England is to play sideways, but what they've started to do in the last 5 or 10 minutes, they've started to pierce through Slovenia's midfield. Again, Harry Kane, Declan Rice on the half turn, and then they're just going for the throat of Slovenia, and they've got a couple of corners as a result. It's much better from them. Simple.
So Trippier goes across there to take this. Luke Shaw is named as a substitute, by the way, tonight. He was involved in the warm-up, but Gareth Southgate said he won't be on the field tonight, but that is more promising. Here's the corner then. Trippier drives it deep. Rice trying to get to it. There was a defender there, and the referee says there was a shove in the back on Cherine by Rice. So it's a free kick, and Biol gives him a little hug for winning the free kick. Free kick to Slovenia. So 0-0 in both matches, and Oblak, who's not been stretched, it has to be said, he's had a couple of stops to make, but for a goalkeeper at his level, they were very straightforward. And Oblak, with the orange gloves and the orange boots, strikes us over the halfway line. It bounces down for Trippier, and then Trippier all the way back to goalkeeper Pickford, who will give it back to Trippier. That's what England want to see, just as Izzy Christiansen described there, to be able to find a position where Trippier can deliver balls into the penalty area from open play. Walker, then Gallagher. What do you think of Gallagher so far, Izzy?
He's been energetic. He's made a few good forward runs, which we haven't mentioned off the ball, but I've noticed them. He's doing it to create space for the team, but I think it's been a few sloppy little bits of play in the midfield from him. He's on the ball now.
First time he's started a match at a major tournament. He's an unused substitute for all of the matches in Qatar. Here's Gay, Mark Gay on the halfway line. But Slovenia just happy to sit off behind the ball. With this scoreline, Slovenia would be risking it in terms of the places, but I think they're probably confident enough that 3 points will get them through. Here is again Stones is saying to Gay, there's body language again out there between the players as Foden brings it in field to Rice. Rice goes for the long pass. Walker has to back away, nod the ball back to Saka. He gets there first ahead of Mlaka. Saka against Mlaka. Saka's ball into the area to Bellingham. A flick from him in between Saka and Foden, and it breaks down. Just doesn't click for England. That's been the story, hasn't it?
That's what we're waiting for. We're just waiting for that flick, that spark, like you say, John. Yeah. Piece
of quality. And there are plenty of players down there who are good enough to provide it. As the referee has blown for half-time. 45 minutes are up. He's played 5 seconds over the 45. So, what do we make of that? 0-0 with Slovenia at half-time. Izzy, Connor?
I think, if I'm honest, I think we were expecting a little bit more of a response from England to the previous two performances in the group. But they've just not quite found that cutting edge yet to cut through Slovenia, who have been magnificent, by the way. They've been structured, disciplined, haven't they, Con?
Yeah, they have. Do you know what? It seems a bit like an anxious performance from England that gets into the final third, in our own final third. It's a little bit anxious. I don't know whether it's the crowd and the anxiety in the crowd, and then the players and a few little mistakes here and there. I think we have a little bit more quality going forward. We mentioned in commentary there with Izzy about just being a little bit quicker with your passing, a little bit zippier, just a little bit more coming out for the second half, and try and get away from the anxiety that we've got about us at the minute.
Yep, they promised more. Really, they've yet to deliver it. Kane with a shot that was comfortably saved, Foden with a free kick, that ball in from Trippier. Slovenia carry a threat, but at half-time, England 0, Slovenia 0. Yeah, in fact, let's do that, because Slovenia are just about to kick off. What about that? We weren't necessarily expecting that, were we? I mean, Conor Gallagher could have an issue, of course.
Yeah, I think Conor Gallagher struggled to get in the game, but I like it. I think, a lot of England fans have been calling for Kobbie Mainoo to come in because of the way the season that he's had at Manchester United and the dynamic kind of nature of his game, and see how that affects Declan Rice as well, and maybe this is exactly what England need.
Connor?
Yeah, I think it's a sign of intent, John. I really do. I think it's a sign of intent from the manager that he's not happy with the first half. I think it's a sign of intent to put Kobbie in, and listen, he's a confident boy. We watched him play for Manchester United all season. He doesn't seem very similar to Mark Gay, that anything really affects him, so hopefully he can get on the ball here, make it tick and get the ball zipping for England.
Yeah, it's loading a lot onto the shoulders of the 19-year-old that he is, coming on as a substitute, as he did in the first match against the Serbs. But England 0, Slovenia 0. Referee Clement Turpin is just about ready. He's waiting for the nod. Both matches are level at 0-0. Neither of them has lit up this German summer evening, certainly judging by what we're hearing from Maz, but it means that England would be going through as group winners, Denmark in second, and Slovenia as one of the third place sides. And we're still waiting. There we are, there's the whistle. I guess they probably had to wait till the match began, the other match between Denmark and Serbia. That's what they were waiting for. So finally we're underway. In fact, they haven't started yet, so they weren't waiting for that. I don't know what they were waiting for. Anyway, we're underway. England with Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones, Gay and Trippier, and now Kobbie Mainoo into the midfield alongside Rice, Saka, Bellingham, Foden and Kane. So Slovenia, as they started the match, are parked inside their own half. Oblak, the goalkeeper, made a couple of saves, but straightforward saves. Karničnik at right back, Drakušić, Bijol and Janja the back four, Stojanovic on the right, Čarín and Elšnik in the middle, Mlaka on the left, and then Špora and Šeško, who had one header. Pickford's really had next to nothing to do and very comfortably saved that header. And the other match is underway now. Here comes Foden for England, forward through to Rice, now out to the left hand side to Trippier, Jude Bellingham. There are England flags draped in every little corner of this Cologne stadium, all around the side of the pitch, apart from the Slovenian section as well, where they're here in great numbers, around about 9,000 of them, as Kobbie Mainoo gets his first touch now. That's assured. Back to the halfway line to Mark Gay. Kieran Trippier makes himself available on the left hand side. Foden, Trippier points forward. Foden, but Foden moves infield. Kobbie Mainoo, number 26 on his back. Declan Rice comes short. Then to the left hand side, Bellingham is there. Bellingham turning up against Kornichny, slips the ball to Mainoo, who plays it back behind Trippier, and Trippier just does that calm down motion with his palms of his hands. Bellingham again on the left hand side. Bellingham dummy to cross, then carries the ball into the central area, but turns and gives it back to Trippier. They want him to get it on his right foot, but just got it caught up underneath his feet, and it's very, very static again. Foden now to Bellingham. Trippier couldn't find the pass, and now Slovenia will break away with a ball centrally. Walker tried to get there, but the cover was there actually from Bukayo Saka in the end. So England in the all-white kit with the blue stripe down the sides against Slovenia, who are all in royal blue tonight. Saka goes between two Slovenian players. That's a heavy touch by Kane, bounces off Šeško, then back to Kane, who actually plays it between his two central defenders, and England end up going all the way back to Pickford.
Yeah, what Slovenia are doing is exactly the same as what they did in the first half. They've got two banks of four and they're two strikers. They're being relatively passive with their pressure, and when the ball goes central into the likes of Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, that is when Slovenia get tight, they push and they try and force England into mistakes.
The cream-shirted Gareth Southgate is there, standing on the edge of the coaching area, having made his first change. He's not made the full 5 substitutions in either of the matches so far. England with Foden, again on that far side. Rolls it across to Saka, who's quite central actually. Then Bellingham helps it on to Walker. And Saka's continued his run. He gets a blatant shove in the back, but keeps his feet, Saka, and is able to find the pass to Mainoo. Mainoo then into Bellingham, inside the penalty area. Defenders are there. Bellingham keeps possession and actually sees that it takes a touch off the defender, and it's behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Bukayo Saka again. Connor was saying at half-time, we've got to pump the ball out to him. His full-back he's up against is on a yellow card, and that is what England are doing. And it's Kobbie Mainoo finding himself in an advanced position. He just plays a cheeky little pass inside to Jude Bellingham, and England get the corner.
It's taken quickly and short by Trippier to Foden, then Mainoo. Foden wanted it back from Mainoo, but he went infield, the Manchester United youngster. Then Rice with the ball into the area. Kane heads it square. Thought he might have gone for goal there, Kane, in amongst a crowd of players. Slovenia clear it. Walker couldn't find the pass, was looking for Saka. It's probably the right intention, however bounces to Mainoo. Mainoo couldn't get past his man Foden. Oh, lovely footwork from Foden. Little ball to his left to Jude Bellingham. Now Trippier is there. Rice, then Mainoo, first time touch from him. Bellingham central, almost found a way to Kane. Šeško chests it down. This is good pressure from England at the start of the second half. Gay beats Sporar quite comfortably. Excellent work once again from Mark Gay, one of England's best players at this tournament. Then Saka, Kane on the right in the area with a cross that is slid behind for a corner to England from the right.
Oh, Mark Gay, tell you what, we spoke about in pre-match about how confident and assured he looked, and my word, that was classy from him, just setting England back up on the attack, and another corner for them.
5 Live, BBC Sounds, that's where you find us at this European Championship, all over Germany, bringing you the commentaries which are at the heart of what we do. Every match is live, and tonight here in sweltering Cologne, or Köln, as Mark Chapman I notice has gone with. Trippier to take the corner deep towards Kane, who heads it across the box, and then that's cleared up in the air, still in the box, header away by Drakušić, then fired back in from Foden, but through a crowd of players. It was bouncing wide anyway, and a goal kick. Better pressure, Conor Cody.
Yeah, good pressure. We started the second half really well on the front foot, trying to play in the opposition half, which I really like, and just being patient, be a little bit patient. Can we force it out wide a little bit to Bukayo just to get in 1v1? But it's a better start the second half, England.
England 0, Slovenia 0. 0. So Kobbie Mainoo on at half time. I noticed there are 10 players in the England squad who've not got onto the field yet, whereas the Spanish, having made all of those changes yesterday, they've used everyone but the third choice goalkeeper. Here's Rice. That's the luxury, isn't it, of getting your 2 wins early. 0-0 here, 0-0 in the Denmark-Serbia match as Kyle Walker carries it forward. So the table in this group, it changed time and again in the earlier matches when I was listening earlier to Lee Blakeman and Stephen Warnock with the commentary on the exciting Netherlands-Austria game. That group changed all the time. This is static, which reflects the level of goal-mouth entertainment in these 2 matches. England, 6 minutes into the second half. Here's Foden, and back to Stones. Mark Gay, who will be doing his reputation no harm, this young Crystal Palace defender, putting his foot on the ball and then chipping it to Walker, who is dragging it onto his right foot and playing a little pass forward to Kobbie Mainoo. Saka is here as well. Back to Walker again, infield to Foden in the central area. Foden very nearly found the ball through to Saka. That's what England are looking for, that killer pass. It just hasn't come yet around the edge of the Slovenian penalty area. Rice goes in for the challenge. I think Slovenia wanted a free kick for that. Jumped all over Elsnik. It wasn't given. Rice gets up. He's feeling his back there, I noticed, Rice, but he is back in the action. And England with it on the left-hand side with Bellingham. Now Harry Kane. Kane goes for a high crossfield pass. Walker's in the box. First time volley across, but he got that all wrong. I know what he was trying to do, and you might have just heard the tap of the post by Phil Foden. More frustration for England.
Yeah, it's a wonderful crossfield ball, and Kyle Walker is the spare man at the back post for England, and you can see what he's trying to do. We've seen him do it for Manchester City. He's put it back into that 6-yard area first time to cause issues, but he just doesn't execute the ball. But what I would say, John, is that breeze inside the stadium is absolutely delightful.
Isn't it just? That's your classic cooling summer breeze blowing across western Germany. Here's Rice inside his own half, finding Walker. And now it's the Slovenian supporters all jumping up and down as Kane plays it into Bellingham inside the box. Defender was with him. He took a lovely touch which took it back towards the edge of the box, and the recovering Biol came in with a challenge which deflected off Bellingham. And Bellingham runs to the referee. He's got to be careful because it's the captain who's the only one who can do that. But he asked the question, and referee Turpan just turned away and said goal kick.
Yeah, it's a proper good 50-50 that between Bellingham and Biol, the centre-back. Yeah, but Bellingham does respond.
Nice turn by Shireen for Slovenia, and then plays it just behind Stojanovic on the right-hand side. In comes the challenge. Slovenia being forced back. This is the press that's been much discussed as Kane leads it, and Slovenia go all the way back to goalkeeper Oblak. Slovenia, just the second time that they've been at the European Championship as Slovenia, and they have never reached the knockout stage at either a European Championship or a World Cup. Gay with a nice soft touch there to Trippier on the far side. Foden into Mainoo. The only match that they've won at a major tournament was in that group in South Africa when they beat Algeria, and then in the third match, not the greatest match that was either, if you remember. Jermaine Defoe scored the winner, and England eventually progressed second place in that group back in 2010. Stones plays it across to Gay, now out to the left hand side to Trippier. Bellingham then just very casually plays it back to Gay. Excellent noise from the Slovenians at the moment. They're winning that little contest between the two sets of fans. They're outnumbered almost 2-1. Saka, mind you, Slovenia is the smallest country here, just 2 million people. Ball out from Trippier to Bellingham. Bellingham lifts the ball to the edge of the box. That is headed away by Biol, won back by Rice. Rice finds the pass to the England number 10, Jude Bellingham. He's able to turn back and play it to Declan Rice, then through to Mainoo, who's very firmly challenged. That's a free kick. The big number 21, Drakušić, just tanked into the back of Kobbie Mainoo and conceded a free kick.
Yeah, he's come right through the back of Kobbie Mainoo there, hasn't he? Really aggressive front foot defending. But England's best moments are coming from second phases, loose balls. and that's okay as long as they do something with it. And they've got set piece in another good area.
We've got just over half an hour to play, and still it is deadlock between England and Slovenia. Trippier and Foden. This free kick is over towards the left-hand side, all of 30 yards from goal with the angle. Trippier on his right foot, Foden on his left. It is the delivery from Foden. Kane, oh no, it was just headed away. Biol got to it, played back in by Saka, flicked to the back post. Rice is chasing, but it took a touch off a defender's head. Corner from the left.
Yeah, it's a brilliant defensive clearance from Biol, a centre-back for Slovenia. He just gets a nick on it to push it away because Harry Kane is lurking behind him.
He was lurking with intent. Foden is going to take this corner. 3 England players round the penalty spot, 2 more closer to the edge of the box. Here's the delivery from the corner, from Foden, outswinger, Kane's after it, it's headed down, blocked by Šeško, nodded across by Gay, Šeško heads it again, Gay then deflected goalwards, and the referee has blown the whistle. I think the challenge from Bukayo Saka on the edge of the 6-yard box, I think he's fouled the Slovenian defender, and the free kick has been given, and it was blocked on the line by Šeško, the initial effort. It was a real scramble, and then Saka was going for an overhead kick, wasn't he? And that's conceded the free kick. And he did catch, I think it was Biol, wasn't it, in the face. And, oh no, Sporar it was. Sporar, who's just got to his feet. So he's receiving some treatment, so let's see what's happening in the Denmark-Serbia match. Anything like a goal there, Maz Faruqi?
Well, Serbia have had the ball in the net, John. Tadic and Jovic, who are on in this second half now combining, but not one but 2 Serbia players were offside, so no goal. But those 2 on the pitch now are a reflection of what Serbia know they have to do in this second half, try and win to progress to the knockout stages. It is still, though, Denmark 0, Serbia 0.
So that means England going through as group winners, Denmark in second, Slovenia in third, and England would be playing one of the third place sides, very possibly the Netherlands in the round of 16. What about an overview from you, Izzy Christensen, on what we've seen so far with almost an hour played?
Well, we expected a response in the second half. I would say I think there's been a slight improvement from the first half performance. I think Kobbie Mainoo's come in and he's getting in there, he's progressing the ball up now.
And here he is, doing exactly that. Mainoo through to Kane, but running from deep, running from almost the halfway line. Here is Saka, then back to Walker. Sporar is back on the field, by the way. I think he just got a little bit of a kick in the face. Now Saka trying to find it in the area, headed away to Kane, in comes the challenge on him. I think this will roll all the way to Kieran Trippier. It does. In fact, Bellingham takes it on, gives it to Foden on the left-hand side. England pinning Slovenia back in there. They're absolutely dominating the possession. Slovenia are not an easy team to find a way through. We can see that, we know that. They're in form, 1 defeat in their last 14 matches. Rice, though, runs on down into the full-back position. Gives it back, Bellingham. Little touch from him to Foden. Now Kobbie Mainoo. Back to his fellow greater Mancunian, Phil Foden. Foden with Rice out there as well. Rice goes for the long pass across the pitch. Walker chests it down to Bukayo Saka, then back to Walker again. England now looking to try and probe on the right. There's space here for Foden in the central area, but Foden was challenged by Sporar, who just got a touch on that. England come again though, Gay with a positive pass. Now Mainoo with the cross, it's over Kane, it'll bounce all the way to Bellingham, who allows it to run away into the full-back position. Bellingham curls a low one back to Rice, Rice onto his right foot, Foden on the edge of the area, back to Rice again, but no, again breaks down on the edge of the box, and Slovenia look to break. The England supporters encouraged by this though.
Yeah, they are, but Slovenia's discipline and how well they're coached is really showing in this very moment. They're not diving in, they're being clean, they're staying structured, but good possession for England here.
Yep, Mainoo, who's definitely brought something to this England performance. Walker takes on his defender, Walker then to the byline, pulls it across, but the ball was out before Walker got there, even though it was cleared away in the centre. And is he okay, Kyle Walker? Did he slide into the hoardings?
Yeah, just watching a replay, he did a classic kick and run, and he's got the pace, and I couldn't believe he even managed to get to that ball. He's so quick, Kyle Walker, but yeah, his momentum's taking him in almost into the Slovenian fans behind that goal.
Let's bring in Conor Cody again of Leicester City in England, in Gareth Southgate's squad at the last 2 tournaments. What are you thinking, Conor?
Yeah, it's better, John. It's better. We're on the front foot, we're playing forward, we're passing forward. I still think we can use the flanks a little bit more with Saka. No Foden's coming in on that left-hand side where he likes to play. But I still think we can use the flanks outside with Kyle Walker and Bukayo Saka, but a lot better on the front foot, like I said. Mark Gay and John Stones sustain attacks, and hopefully we keep on going now and take advantage of this.
Yeah, Jordan Pickford has barely touched the ball in the second half, but he's got it now as he passes it out to John Stones. England 0, Slovenia 0. 5 Live from the BBC. BBC Sounds as well, that's where you get the Football Daily, get the Euros, all of our podcast offerings, many new ones for the Euros as well, like You'll Never Beat Kyle Walker and Wayne Rooney's My Euro 2004, all on BBC Sounds. Here's Saka for England. Mainu, back to Saka on the right. He's got a little bit of space here, but the referee's brought it back for, was that a flailing arm? Whatever it was, it's given us a free kick for Slovenia.
There's a 1-2 between Bukayo Saka and Kobbie Mainoo, and already you can just see the impact that Kobbie Mainoo's having. Very simple, effective football, doing a 1-2 with Saka down the wing, and I think the referee's pulled Saka back with a trailing arm, like you say, John, on his full back.
Just a bit of wrestling, wasn't it, between the two? There wasn't much in it. And Janja will be suspended for the next match if Slovenia do get through. Again, the Slovenian supporters trying to do their bit. England are attacking towards that end, and most of them in the white shirts on this beautiful evening are bouncing up and down in unison. As Gay might have been fouled, no he wasn't, but Stones was there as the covering defender to put the ball out of play in amongst those ranks of England fans and flags on the far side. Throw in that Slovenia take. Slovenia, rare foray into the England half. And Shireen now into the edge of the area to Spola. Shireen on his left foot, got to be careful, but hits it, slices it well wide actually. It went out of play midway between the goal and the corner flag.
He's shown sparks this tournament, Shireen, a central midfielder for Slovenia, breaking out of that midfield and into the forward line. He's creative, and he's got confidence. He tried the shot on his left foot, but definitely didn't connect with it well at all.
It remains goalless on this warm evening. Tough for Slovenia without the ball in these conditions. England have made them work. Stones taking the ball away from the edge of the England penalty area. The England fans now responding with one of their famous chants, as you can hear. Gay in possession. Now forward towards John Stones. Stones has got Walker available. Here's Kobbie Mainoo, the young Manchester United man, back to the Manchester City defender. John Stones squared to Mark Gay. Gay goes for the long pass towards Walker, who gets up, heads it in field. Kobbie Mainoo slips over, but Walker's able. It's back at Bukayo Saka is able to keep possession for England. Now Gay through the middle towards Bellingham. Bellingham tall, statuesque. To Kyle Walker. Now to the right hand side to Bukayo Saka. Saka, 2 men on it. Walker's available. Uses Kyle Walker near the right corner of the box. Kobbie Mainoo's out there as well. Bellingham makes a run into the box, but still Kobbie Mainoo with a ball at his feet. Kyle Walker behind him. Walker. Declan Rice is able to get there ahead of Šeško, but then the pass from Rice is one side of Saka, and it will roll all the way through for a goal kick. Again, it's just lacking that spot. That's just lacking that final ball, that piece of quality.
Yeah, it's just a loose pass from Declan Rice.
Well, there's a Slovenian player who, while I was looking at you, it's Janja, the left back, who's now gone down off the field. In fact, he was shepherding the ball out, and Bellingham was chasing it, and he's basically making out that he's got a knee in the back.
Yeah, he's trying to be clever, Janja, and trying to kid the referee, because it's Jude Bellingham coming at him at pace. He's done well to shepherd the ball out, Janja, and he just feels the impact of Jude Bellingham and tries to con the referee, but the referee's having none of it.
Still 0-0 in both matches tonight. Not sure that this group is going to live long in the memory, years to come. Remember Euro 2024? What happened in that group again? We'll have to get the record books out. But for England, this scoreline means they would be going through as group winners. However, if Denmark scored, that would change things. And were Denmark to go 1-0 up, England would drop down to second in the group by virtue of the number of goals scored. but it is England currently top of the table. Slovenia playing the ball back to Bilo. Harry Kane forces him to hit it long, headed forward towards Šeško. Slovenia yet to make a change on this warm evening, and we are well into the last half hour now. Maciej Kek must be thinking about a change, you would think. Trippier to Foden, then back to Trippier, and Kieran Trippier just uses full Foden. Then Trippier again, there's no movement ahead of him, so it goes square again to Mark Gay. And then Kyle Walker, Saka on the right hand side. Kyle Walker again, Slovenia just happy to sit off the ball. There will be a 606, by the way, to talk about this England performance with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton, and the lines I do believe are open on 08085 909 693 once we've wrapped things up here in Cologne. Still England in possession while I was telling you that. Walker, now Saka. Saka is able to play a ball, that's pace here to Kane on the edge of the area, but Bio is able to clear it away, headed forward by Rice. Now Foden to the right hand side, Walker is there, Harry Kane available on the edge of the box. Instead it's Mainu square towards Foden. Now Saka in the central area, back to Mark Gay. Gay looks up, Saka in front of him, left to his right to Rice. Now Foden through the middle, Foden wriggles away going into the tight space, goes down in between two Slovenian players, but referee Turpin is not giving the free kick, and Gay now has got to be careful. Špora's pulled him back blatantly. Špora goes down, Stones was there as a covering defender, so it is only a yellow card, but that was very, very dangerous from Mark Gay.
He's a very lucky boy, Mark Gay. He's been exceptional all tournament. But that one there, he's just let Špora pick up the loose ball, and he's had to tuck him down. He's pulled his shirt, the referee's seen it because Špora was away, and he had his strike partnership, Šeško, right up there with him.
That was dicing with danger, Conor Cody.
Yeah, John, yeah, it was, and it was a miscommunication in the middle of the pitch from John Stones and Mark Gay, and I think Mark Gay thought John Stones was going to take charge and vice versa, and it's tough, but you've got to stay switched on at all times. These are a tough team to beat on the counter-attack. That's the only time they're going to hurt us, John, on the counter-attack. That's the only thing they're going to do, so we have to make sure that we stop the counter-attack from Slovenia.
Well, I have news that I think will be welcomed by the England supporters. Cole Palmer is going to come on as a substitute for his first taste of action at this tournament. Gareth Southgate is speaking to him, but it's a free kick to Slovenia first of all, and
there's no there is a correlation between the decibel levels in here with the England fans and that man there down there, Cole Palmer, getting ready to come on, because they've seen that, they're responding to that, they know that he could be the man that unlocks this match for England.
Yeah, they've been itching for him to be giving an opportunity. We didn't see him in the first two matches. There was a little bit of talk that maybe there was an injury issue. However, free kick for Slovenia first of all, and Shireen with his right foot. This could test Pickford. Two-man wall. In actual fact, it is played in left-footed by Janja, and Bellingham has gone down inside the box. The referee's given the free kick. The free kick was overhit anyway, and that was a massive wasted opportunity for Slovenia.
Yeah, it was a big waste from Slovenia, but obviously from an England perspective, a really good line. Jude Bellingham looks like he might have copped one there. Yeah, he just... dear. He takes from Špora just catches Jude Bellingham, but I think Jude Bellingham's actually gone down a little bit too easily there, but nonetheless, just relieved a bit of pressure for England.
Well, it is a straight swap. I think Bukayo Saka, Connor, is the man who makes way. Cole Palmer coming on.
Yeah, and I think everyone's excited by Cole Palmer, and listen, I think he's put him on there to get at Janja. I think, like we said in the first half, he's on the booking. Give Cole Palmer the ball, let him run. By the way, John, the England fans have been incredible, haven't they?
Yeah, it's the noise levels in here. They've had a great day, as Jim Bourne used to say, in the sunshine of Cologne. They'll have enjoyed themselves. I'm pleased to say that everything seems to be calm. There's no talk of trouble, which was a big fear. But what a cheer that was when Cole Palmer's name went up on the board, and on he comes, this 22-year-old who's had a brilliant season, the Premier League Young Player of the Season, and now he's playing at the Euros for England. John Stones, his former teammate, Here's Declan Rice. Palmer, number 24 in his back. It's been a fairy tale style script that he's had this season from the moment he made that move from Manchester City. And now he's hugging the touchline on the right hand side as England have possession. I think that's the sort of positive move that the England supporters will have applauded from Gareth Southgate, but particularly if it does actually come off. It's 0-0 and it's still 0-0 in the Denmark-Serbia match, so England with these scorelines are going through as group winners. Declan Rice now to John Stones. Here's Palmer. Here's his first touch of the ball from Foden, and then Kobbie Mainoo as well. All of these Mancunians on the field together. Kane goes for us. Biol and is pulled over, blatantly pulled back, and Biol surely will be booked for that. And also, when you think Biol very fortunate not to be yellow carded already, and that is a booking for him.
Yeah, and he is a very lucky boy. Biol, the Slovenian centre back, he just loses that duel with Harry Kane. Harry Kane drives away from him and he tugs him down, a little bit similar to Mark Gay earlier at the other end of the pitch. But already Cole Palmer's body shape, by the way, he looks lively, dynamic, and he just wants the ball at his feet.
England 0, Slovenia 0. 72 minutes on the clock. And England with this free kick, won by the captain, won by Harry Kane. And standing over the ball, Trippier and Foden, as the referee marks out the white line. So three-man wall has been put up by Jan Oblak. Oblak, who's just had a couple of routine saves to make so far in this match. All in black, he's lining up his wall and then moves back into a central position. Foden speaks into the ear of Kieran Trippier. It's Trippier who's placing it, which makes it look like he's going to deliver it to the back post. Declan Rice is there, just hitching up his shorts. He's ready. Bellingham's ready as well. Referee's whistle's gone. Trippier with the free kick into the back post. Gay heads it back, but heads it out of the box. But Palmer's the first man there for England. And in comes Drakušić with the challenge. Throw-in is taken back to the halfway line by Walker. And then Walker. Trippier's the furthest outfield player back for England. And then Foden and Trippier actually roll it all the way back for a rare touch again for Jordan Pickford. If he keeps a clean sheet tonight, Pickford, he'll break Peter Shilton's record of clean sheets for England at major tournaments. There is a Slovenian change coming presently. Trying to see who it is, but England with the ball on the left-hand side. Mark Gay. Rice drops into the centre circle, makes himself available. Here's Kyle Walker now, and Walker sees Phil Foden in a central area. Foden then to the far side towards Trippier. Cole Palmer stayed out there on the left hand side actually. Having been out there, he takes on his men, two of them there, and then in comes the challenge from Stojanovic to put it out of play. Palmer immediately takes the throw, back to Declan Rice. Rice does well. He beats his man, now takes on Karničny, then Rice gets it back and shoots across the face of goal. There's gasps from the England fans at the other end. I'm not sure it was terribly close, but that was better again from England.
Yeah, it was a snapshot from Declan Rice. He just took it quickly after that little bit of build-up play with himself and Foden, finding himself more advanced. Declan Rice, but I tell you what, that's the first time I've actually seen an England wide player, in this instance Cole Palmer, out on that left-hand side, actually take his fullback on down the outside, and all of a sudden it looked like the world had opened up and we had a bit of natural width.
And a big cheer from the Slovenian fans. Šeško is off. You know, he has been carrying an injury, so he's been substituted with 15 minutes ago. And a massive cheer for Josip Ilicic, who is such a favourite, was recalled for these Euros after a couple of years out of the international picture. He's the veteran at 36 years old, so the number 26 is on to win his 82nd cap for Slovenia. And the England fans respond with the anthem. England 0, Slovenia 0. It's a match that has not really matched the atmosphere in the stands.
No, it hasn't, and I also think the England fans are just applauding the fact that the sun's gone in and they can cool off for a bit.
Still sweltering though.
They've been unbelievable though, like Conor was saying, the noise is incredible.
Yeah, they just want a goal in this match. Only 2 goals scored by England in the 3 matches, but crucially only 1 conceded so far. 0-0. And Bijol across to Djukušić, who's passed forward. Trippier gets there first, heads to the halfway line, and then a backheel flick into his own half for Djukušić. Uses Oblak. Harry Kane is closest to him. Oblak's ball to the halfway line. Rice has been pulled over there. The referee plays the advantage, and it's a good advantage as Foden's able to volley the ball. Lovely touch to Walker. Now Cole Palmer back on the right hand side. Palmer, lovely ball through. Mainu across, there's no one there. Played it behind Harry Kane's run, but much better. And the excellent pass through from Cole Palmer as, it's a yellow card for Foden for a challenge centre field. So Phil Foden picks up a booking. That was a cheap one.
Yeah, that was cheap, but just watching it back, it's Declan Rice that's doing the sweeping up. He causes the foul, and I didn't quite see what Foden was booked for then. Was it a bit of dissent perhaps?
Yeah, it must have been, yeah. And it was, and then you could tell from the way that he sort of flapped his hand as, I can't believe you booked me for that. What about the Palmer pass, Connor?
Fantastic passing. When England become good and they have a couple of chances, it's not difficult play, it's quite simple what they're doing. It's runs in behind, it's lovely passes in behind, which these players are capable of because they're fantastic players, and it's not that hard, it's not that difficult. So just keep being simple, keep forcing the issue and playing them simple passes.
So it's still 0-0 in both matches. Stones to Walker. Now here's Cole Palmer again. He's brought a bit of life to this England performance. Palmer then chips it forward. This is for Kane. That was beautifully weighted as well. Kane's ball across to the back post is slid behind by Karnichnik with Foden waiting behind him. Corner.
Kane, what a run, and Foden's coming in at the back post on that far left hand side, and Harry Kane looks up and he's only got one place and one person to aim for, and he almost finds Foden. It's almost exceptional from Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's almost as if Harry Kane's saying, I like the look of this from Palmer and what he might be able to provide for me. Foden with a corner from the left for England. High one over the top of Stones. Kane got his head to it and is adjudged to have been fouling his defender, and it's a free kick to Slovenia inside their own box. Low fives from the Slovenians. They are awkward opponents. They're unbeaten at the tournament. It might be 3 draws out of 3 for them, but they certainly won't have given up hope of potentially winning this match. Could be a tense last 10 minutes, Connor.
Yeah, Cole Palmer's helped though, John. He's helped a little bit of an injection of pace, a little bit of authority coming inside, playing forward, passing forward, running forward. We know his qualities anyway, but he's just given this game a little bit of life, I think.
0-0 as Foden deflects the ball out for throwing on the halfway line. More live sport tomorrow, so there are 2 commentary times tomorrow when Groups E and F will be decided. You'll hear the commentaries with us on 5 Live, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You know the drill by now as the ball is played back to Pickford. He'll just pass it out to Walker. He's going to just allow the ball to run and then take it away from Maka. And also tomorrow more cricket commentary. Feels like the cricket season as the county championship matches will conclude, and England-New Zealand from 1 o'clock as well, the women's ODI from 12:45 on Sports Extra. That's all the live sport tomorrow. But now we are almost into the last 10 minutes here. Forgettable match, a wonderful atmosphere. Walker on the halfway line. Walker to Palmer. Palmer turning, twisting, taking on Janja. Janja did well actually. Mainu, Bellingham wants to get into this act with Palmer. Mainu as well, all very close, tight quarters, and then it's played away. But Walker's onto this, but there's a man down. Janja's down again, and the referee has stopped play. And that was very kind of the referee to stop play for Janja being down. It's not a head injury.
There's no contact there. He's gone down. I think he's asking for a bit of treatment, but what he is doing now is he's using game management tactics. He's recognised that England are just starting to turn the screw. He's just sucking the momentum out of England's attacks.
This is the benefit here of I don't know why he stopped playing in the first place, but the referee is saying to the Slovenian medical people, come on then, on the field, treat him, and Janja has to get to his feet. However, it's disrupted the play, as you said. Free kick starts with a drop ball. England with these scorelines 10 minutes away from finishing as group winners in not the most wholly convincing style, but a group win is a group win, I suppose. But it can change yet. Still 0-0 in both matches. Palmer goes one way, the other, then beats his man, flick from Nenu. Bellingham on the edge of the box. Bellingham works it back, and actually Rice loses out in the challenge. Slovenia will break as the ball is played out here, and I don't think Elshnik's going to keep it in. No, he's not. It's out of play, and England are going to make another change. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, as we suspected, is going to come on as a substitute.
Yeah, I had a funny feeling he'd enter the pitch at some point, and predicted that he will have an impact as well, but we'll see about that. But again, Cole Palmer getting on the outside of the fullback, getting the fans off their seats. It's what we want to see. Still 0-0.
Palmer though again, dangerous ball, headed away on the edge of the box. I feel like I've said that every time Palmer has been on it. You know, he's already brought a great deal to this England performance, and England fans will be saying, where was it? Here's Bellingham through the middle, Bellingham out to the left hand side to Trippier. England sending white shirts forward. Trippier back to Declan Rice. Rice across to John Stones. Trent Alexander-Arnold standing with Gareth Southgate, gets a little pat on the back. We will bring you the interviews during 6:06 as well. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton standing by to take your calls on what you thought of the England performance tonight. 08085 909 693. Robbie in the studio, the 5 Live studio. Chris here in Germany, up in Essen. Here's Rice. Rice's ball aerially for Kane to chase, bounces into the penalty area. Bellingham's there as well. Kane has to take it out and then plays it back to Foden. Left foot shot from him, that's blocked by Elshnik on the edge of the box. Again England take up possession. Foden 30 yards from the goal, square towards Walker. Now here's the danger man, Palmer again. Palmer taking on Janja onto his left foot, ball into the area, awkward for Biol, just shanks it up in the air, headed away by Janja. Then Slovenia back to the edge of the box where Drakušić just fires it away downfield. Okay, he's got to be careful, which he is, heads it down, but he's got to play it back to Pickford. And there was a big figure of Ilicic after it, and then there's a foul on the halfway line because Janja's won another free kick.
Yeah, he's up to all the tricks in the book, Janja, but I tell you what, he's had a fantastic game at left back for Slovenia. He just comes through the back of Cole Palmer. Oh, come on, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think he's given it for head contact, but there wasn't anything in it.
Frustrating, Connor.
Yeah, but you know what, John, they're doing it well. We've all been there, haven't we? We're drawing, we need a point, we need a win. We've got a good result, and we do things to try and win the game, and they're doing it well. And England have got to stand up to this. They've got to get around this. They've got to try and keep the ball on the deck and play properly.
If, as expected, they do get a place in the round of 16, then they will be difficult opponents, whoever they're playing. Alexander-Arnold is on for Trippier, so a rare sight of Kyle Walker at left back.
Yeah, I like this, to be honest with you, because Trent Alexander-Arnold's right foot is up there with one of the best in the world.
And here's the pass from him, long and downfield, but cut out by the shaven head of Drakušić on the edge of the box. Still 0-0. And now only a matter of 5.5 minutes left to play. We'll bring you the interviews during 6:06 with Gareth Southgate and the England players as Slovenia now make a double change. So Jan Mlaka is coming off from the left-hand side of the midfield, and Jon Gorent Stankovic of Sturm Graz is coming on to replace him. So Stankovic, the number 5, is on. And also coming off is Sporar. So a double change for Slovenia with Jan Sela coming on, who is a forward player, Sela, so that is a straight swap. The number 19, who plays in Switzerland with Lugano. So Jan Sela into the field. England 0, Slovenia 0. And England winning a throw-in 10 yards inside their own half. Kyle Walker, the latest left back. England have run through a few, haven't they, in recent times with Luke Shaw's injury. And Anthony Gordon's also going to come on. Alexander Arnold's ball in field missed Menu, it was behind him. So Slovenia will mount an attack here. A rare sight of Slovenia with the ball inside England territory. Here is Janja, then forward towards the newly arrived Stankovic. Declan Rice is able to step in. Menu with a little ball back to Alexander Arnold. Alexander Arnold down in the right back area, out to Palmer. So Anthony Gordon's going to step into the tournament very shortly as Alexander Arnold plays it centrally to Foden. Now back to Gay on the edge of the box. If England win this match, they will definitely go through as group winners, searching for a late goal to make sure that happens. It is possible if Denmark were able to score a goal, that would change the picture. But it is still 0-0 in the other match against Serbia. Here is Pickford passing it forward towards Declan Rice. Now Foden in the centre circle. Foden just moves away from Shireen. Walker gets it onto his right foot. High crossfield pass from him. Looking for Cole Palmer. Palmer with a first-time touch, then runs into Janja and wins the free kick. Well, I don't think Janja will be very happy with that. I thought Palmer ran into him.
Yeah, it's interesting that, because just watching a replay here, the crossfield pass and the first touch from Cole Palmer is absolutely delightful with the outside of his boot over the top of Janja. And he just gets in the way, doesn't he, Janja? It's good defending, but it's actually blocking Cole Palmer's path to get on the second phase of the ball. But it's a good position for England, and they've got Trent Alexander-Arnold over the ball as well now, whose delivery
that was
pretty good.
That was one of the touches of the tournament.
It was a fantastic touch, and there's them playing them in their own game a little bit of taste their own medicine, John, where we win our own foul in the attacking bit. And as he said, this is a great chance here for Trent Alexander-Arnold on the pitch.
Yeah, 88th minute, still 0-0. Free kick out on the right-hand side. Foden or Alexander-Arnold. Brilliant deliverers both. The referee having some final words. Jude Bellingham, a bit of pushing and shoving. Foden to take, left-footed, headed down and cleared away. Should be cleared away on the edge of the box. In fact, it was passed away to Menu. Menu, I think he thought he conceded a free kick. Yes, he has. It has been given Slovenia's way. You can hear the anger of the England supporters. They've been wound up by Slovenia, but I'm not sure there was a great deal in it. Stojanovic, but the referee saw it as a free kick. And Anthony Gordon now coming on to replace Phil Foden. How's he done tonight, Phil Foden?
Yeah, I think he's been better, more like the Phil Foden we know. He's picked up some excellent positions beyond the midfield line. He's moved outside, he's moved wide, he's gone in search for the ball, but that man there that's come on, he's jogging over to the left hand side, Anthony Gordon. I think there's been a lot of England fans screaming for him to be out there, and he's a player I very much admire. Let's see how he can get on in these last few minutes.
Well, I think there'll have been you know, a bit of ho-hum when the team was announced tonight, and there was just the one change. The England fans wanted to see Gordon, they wanted to see Palmer, Menu on the field, and now they are. Still 0-0 as the ball is flicked through from the ball downfield from Oblak to Jordan Pickford. We're in the 90th minute now, so it's going to come late for England. It's going to come very late. Mind you, this has been the Euros of late goals. 9 goals scored, a record equalling 9 goals beyond the 90th minute. Here is Anthony Gordon for the first time, running at Karničnik, but his touch, as he tried to play it past him, took the ball out of play, and it's a throw into Slovenia, half inside their own half. So Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton standing by to take your calls. I think I know what the flavour of that will be, and it will be on at 50:30 after we've wrapped everything up here.
That's a late shift for Chris Sutton.
It is. They never close, the Suttons, as Janja is going to be substituted for the final minutes of the match with Balkovic coming on. The other point to make, by the way, is that this is going to see Croatia out, isn't it? This is going to confirm that Croatia will be out of the tournament, and it's virtually certain that Slovenia had to avoid a heavy defeat. So these are the last knockings of Croatia's time at Euro 2024. Biggest casualties so far. Ball played downfield. We are into added time. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. 0-0. And Stones steps forward with the ball. not sure how much time there will be added on in the Denmark-Serbia match. Whether that will finish before is probably afterwards, you would have thought. Yeah, 5 minutes have been added on there. So there is the possibility, if it stays like that if Denmark score a late goal, that would nudge England down to second in the table. There might be some drama tonight as Alexander-Arnold plays it across towards Kyle Walker, still inside his own half. But of the substitutes, certainly Cole Palmer will have lifted the spirits of the England fans, the glimpse they've had of him here tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt, he's hugging that right-hand side at the moment.
That's a good ball from Gordon, a flick to Kane, then across to Palmer, left foot, saved by Oblak, who drops on it. Didn't quite catch it the way he would have wanted to, but arriving onto it on his left foot.
Fantastic pass from Anthony Gordon. I love the pass. He drove inside, played a pass, zipped through the lines. It's a brilliant one. Lovely touch round the corner. And you just want it was like the Italy one last night. The Italy goal winning. You just wanted to shape it into that far corner, and he just connected wrong with it.
I feel like here with the substitutes who've come on, we're seeing a glimpse of what England might. And I know we're always talking about if and might and what will they do, but we are seeing it here tonight.
Football's a complicated game. No, a simple game made complicated by people. And that pass there from Anthony Gordon, just straight through. Harry Kane with a little Cruyff turn into the path of Cole Palmer. And spot on, Connor, with that shout, by the way, for Italy last night. It was a similar chance, but on the other side, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the late goal that Italy scored. So we've got 90 seconds left to play. Still 0-0. Stays like this, that's going to be a 1-0 win, a 1-1 draw and a 0-0 draw for England in the group. And I'm afraid you might not like it, dear listener, but the word tournament football will be mentioned again as Alexander-Arnold plays it to Palmer down in the full-back position. Palmer wins it back, Manu back to Palmer to Alexander-Arnold on the edge of the box. It was a 50-50 ball, and England fans want a free kick for the challenge. Slovenia take it downfield, and then Gay actually runs into Kyle Walker, who's okay. Did worry for him for a moment there. England on the attack, might be the last one. Gordon with that blonde hair. Then to Alexander-Arnold's right foot shot, but high over the top by 2 or 3 yards. And a goal kick for Slovenia with 40 seconds to go.
Oh, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold just picking the ball up in the middle of the box. Sorry, just outside the box, and he just lets fly, and he's got a wonderful strike on him, and we're urging that to nestle into the far corner. It's just gone over the bar. That was the moment.
England 0, Slovenia 0. They wanted a statement performance. Really, you have to be honest, it's been far from that. And the jury still will be very much out on how far England are capable of going in this tournament. As the ball is flicked on downfield, Gay had to get there first, but he did. And there is the final whistle. And Slovenia celebrate. Now suddenly they're the story of the night. They'll finish in third, but they will be one of the third place qualifiers. The greatest night of the tournament that Slovenia have ever had. The first time that they've qualified for the knockout stages, and they are celebrating appropriately. 0-0, 3 draws, that's going to take them through. And England, unless we get a late goal from Denmark, England are going through as group winners despite their toils in the group.
Well, those scenes to our right there are unbelievable for Slovenia. Like the amount of heart and grit that they put into that performance, it was exceptional to watch at times. The discipline and the coaching that's clearly gone on within their camp. But on the flip side for England, the players look dejected. They're clapping the fans because they know that they still haven't reached the performance levels that we all know they are capable of. Hopefully soon they will find them.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't be much worse for England after the Denmark performance for most of that match. I suppose there are positives to be taken from this, but England fans will want much more in the knockout stages that England are through to. England will play as group winners, one of the third place finishers. It looks very likely it'll be England-Netherlands in the round of 16 on Sunday in Gelsenkirchen at 5 o'clock UK time. That'll be confirmed. But tonight, England 0, Slovenia 0 on a very forgettable final night in a very forgettable group.